Hello, I am Rutherford B Hayes, your 19th U.S. President. I was actually supposed to die as a baby because I was a very weak and gentle child, but that didn't stop me from succeeding in school and becoming governor of Ohio, a soldier, and in the end, a soldier, a lawyer, and in the end, our 19th U.S. President. All in all, I was one of the all-time most successful U.S. presidents. As a child, I was able to overcome my challenges and live normally. I was born on October 4th, 1822 in Delaware, Ohio. I was a very weak and sensitive child, so weak I was not supposed to live through my childhood. After barely getting to leave the house for years, my uncle convinced my mother to let me live a normal childhood. After being allowed to live a normal childhood, I found out I was very good at all kinds of games and a great athlete. I was very good at all kinds of games and a great athlete. I also enjoyed competing in spelling bees. I was a smart middle-class child with many friends. Unfortunately, I didn't have a father, but I had a loving mother and sister. My father, Rutherford Hayes Jr., died before I was even born. He was a part owner of a general store and was born in Brattleboro, Vermont. He died of a bad fever. My mother, Sophia Hayes, was a very overprotective mom of two. She put most of her focus on me, and my sister Fanny Hayes was so close to me that I've been quoted calling her the confidante of all my life. Even though I started off homeschooled, I had a great education. After being homeschooled, I went to Norwalk Academy at 1 year at 14 years old, and after that I went to Isaac Webb's preparatory school until being accepted into the College of Kenyon State, but I ended up graduating from Harvard. After graduating, I succeeded in all of my jobs. As a lawyer, I did all my cases in Cincinnati. I took 3 big murder cases and was successful in all of them. I also strongly opposed the death penalty. After being a lawyer, I volunteered to be a soldier in the Civil War. As a soldier, I had a very scary moment in Maryland where I was severely wounded by a gunshot. He was a major for his time as a soldier. His last job before presidency was being governor of Ohio. My last job before presidency was being governor of Ohio, where I served 2 terms. As an adult, I raised a good family. Hey, baby. This is my wife, Lucy Webb, who married me after graduating from Wesleyan Female College. Like me, her dad died when she was young. She lived from August 28th, 1831 to June 1831 to June 25th, 1889. We had 4 sons: Bertrand Hayes, who lived from 1853 to 1926, Rutherford Hayes, who lived from 1852 to 1927, James Hayes, who lived from 1866 to 1934, and Scott Hayes, who lived from 1871 to 1923. And we also had 1 daughter who I named after my beloved sister, Fanny Hayes. She lived from 1867 all the way to 1950. Now I will tell you how I got here. Even though I lost the popular vote, I did make it to the White House. My vice president, William Wheeler, helped me as we ran against Samuel Tilden. My platform was civil rights. But in my 1876 election, things weren't looking very good when I lost the popular vote by 250,000. But I made it because I won the electoral vote 185 to 184. My inauguration was on March 5th, 1877. It was attended by Ulysses S. Grant. In the White House, I really liked to have fun. In the mornings, we would pray as a family, and every afternoon we would sing and listen to music. Even though I had a big failure, it was outweighed by my accomplishments. One of my only failure was the Great Railroad Strike, where after receiving pay cuts, railroad workers went on a strike that spread across the U.S. In the end, 60 people sadly died, and there was $1 million damage. After retiring, I worked hard for social causes until my death. My main goal after retiring was to get Southern children schooling, but sadly at 70 years old, I died on January 17, 1893 from heart failure. I'm buried with my wife, and our grave is in Fremont, Ohio. I'm a very interesting president. I often made fun of myself in my diary. Me and John Quincy Adams were the only presidents to have diaries. And my nickname is the Dark Horse President, and I was threatened while running for president by Democrats. In fact, one night a bullet was shot through my window while me and my family were eating dinner. I even put the first telephone in the White House, which it turned out to be a great thing. All in all, I'm one of our most successful presidents. I was a weak and sensitive child. However, I got a good education. I went from a lawyer to a soldier to Ohio's governor to our 19th U.S. president. Who would have thought a child like me, barely allowed to leave my house, would be a great U.S. president?